with a few clear-cut instructions from the coach, Craig T. Nelson. They should be just about ready to go.
I was born a race car driver, born a wild man, born to drive, born to lose. I'm in number 8, the 8 ball, born to win.
Craig T. who? Is there a Craig T.? Oh, Craig T. Nelson.
Well, I think if I won this race, I would probably demand a rerun of the race.
I think the course is wonderful. I have a good time on it, and it has enough variety in it and everything to tax you and challenge you to drive well.
I'm just trying to ignore the walls and just hit my lines. It's sort of like acting, you know, I just got to hit my marks, that's all.
To go before the start of the race. Some of our drivers, such as Olympic gymnast Bart Connor, had some interesting preparation tactics. Former Dallas Cowboy Tony Dorsett wears a helmet of a different color today. Let's go get him!
Well, I think if anybody says they're not nervous, they're lying. Most of the guys, if you ask them, they'll say, yeah, you know, they're a little apprehensive. Craig just had to dash out to the bathroom, if that means anything.
As our drivers now head out onto the track, let's take an opportunity to look at this seaside circuit where their 10-lap event will take place. It is exactly the same racetrack that the Indy cars use on this big Toyota Grand Prix weekend. The racetrack, 11 turns, 1.67 miles around, primarily right-hand turns, and the two best passing places are at the end of the fast straightaways. As the tire warming process takes place, let's look at how they qualify. Front row, the fastest two, the coach, Craig T. Nelson, and the singer, Donny Osmond. Then the weatherman, Dallas Raines, and the gymnast, Bart Connor. Mark Wallengren, the radio personality, and Lou Webb Sr., the Toyota dealer, are row 3. Row 4, the former NFL football player, Tony Dorsett, and Twin Peaks, Dana Ashbrook. Then Marcia Mason and Susan Rutan, two award-winning actresses, James Sicking and Dennis Franz. And all alone on row 7, the host of Entertainment Tonight, Lisa Gibbons. There's the celebrities. Now take a look at these 4 red cars. They're all the pros, the fast names in this form of sport. Dan Gurney and Parnelli Jones make up the front row, while the back row of that foursome, Roberto Guerrero and the legendary Sir Jack Brabham, 3-time world driving champion. Now the rules for this event call for a 30-second differential between the front row of the celebrities and the front row of the pros. And it looks as though this year that second pace car is going to enforce that differential. Onboard cameras, here he is all the way from Australia, Sir Jack Brabham, who will be carrying one of our cameras. Right now he's going through turn number 3 right there and on his way to turn 4. Now you're on board with the birthday boy. The quickest qualifier of the pros, Dan Gurney, who sits right behind that pace car that's going too slow for Dan. He's even got time to wave to the corner workers. And now we take a look at the field of celebrities. Not a red car there as they come down the short chute, just about done with their warm-up lap. And there are 2 cameras here, one on the fastest qualifier, Craig T. Nelson, the coach. The other camera back one more row on board with Bart Connor. That's turn 9 that they're going through right there. Here comes 10, and then 11 is just the hairpin. At one time, we used to call it the Queen's hairpin. And as they come off of there, big rolling start on down to the green flag. The pace car is keeping them quite slow. I mean, that's really a slow pace coming around.
Yeah, I'm sure these guys, they don't know what to expect here at the start of this race, so it should be real interesting sorting it all out going into turn 1. And there's the green flag. Green flag, and the hammers come down on the Celicas. Craig T. Nelson has got the lead, but Donny Osmond's got the roll on him. And Donny Osmond in the white car looks like he might be making the move. And following him on through, I think, is Dallas Raines looking to the outside there going into 1 with 2 blue cars on the outside. Look at the different lines on that straightaway. 3 wide in the battle for second place. As Osmond figures he'll use the one he wants. That's Craig Nelson on the inside in that battle for second. And they don't fit. They don't fit. Nelson gets harpooned just a little bit there, but everybody continues on. They sort themselves through, and there it is. Donny Osmond leading the way, followed by Bart Connor, who started 4th, I believe. Yep. And the number 8 car, Craig Nelson, back in at 3rd. Now let's look back and see what the pros are doing. Here they come, and it's a long way back. The green flag is for the pros, and it looks like Gurney jumps into the lead. Nope, it's Parnelli into the lead, and that wasn't 30 seconds. According to our stopwatch up here, 43 seconds. And from years past, that hasn't been the case. The pros have always gotten a real good jump on that supposedly 30-second split between the celebrities and the pros. The number 8 car, that's Craig Nelson, showing a little bit of body damage on the left front as we focus there on the number 21, Lou Webb Sr., the Toyota dealer, as he chases him down the chute. Back onto the leader. The white car is Donny Osmond. That's Bart Connor chasing him. And here's a replay now of what happened in turn 1 as Connor and the coach came together just a little bit but continued on. A different replay from inside the coach's car. Listen up.
Bart Connor chasing him as we're back in real time on the fastest portion of the racetrack right now. As they stand, it's Osmond, Connor, Nelson, Webb, and Raines in the top 5. 1 of the 10 laps are down. Come on back and join us here in Long Beach. Today's race is being brought to you by Toyota. Here are the pros now. Coming
Nose to tail. Look at that.
off of turn 11. Number 19, Parnelli Jones with the lead. Dan Gurney, I think, in the second place spot. Sir Jack Brabham is third, and that's Roberto Guerrero, who probably says, if I hurt any one of these guys, I'll never be able to live it down.
That's right. Now, you know, it's going to be interesting to watch the pros here. What is going to be their strategy to catch up? Are they going to do some drafting out there? Because 2 cars can go faster than 1. I think they'll try and work together till they see the celebrities in their eyes.
Well, from the first celebrity to the first pro, 41 seconds now. So Parnelli Jones has taken away almost 4 seconds. Uh-oh, that's Brabham who missed the braking point.
Locking him up going into 1. I think there was a little contact there between him and Sir Jack Brabham as they were vying for position.
Parnelli with the lead in the pros. Dan Gurney second. Guerrero now third, and Brabham trying to get a roadmap to get back onto the track. Back at turn 11. That's Osmond out in front of it. Right on his tail, the number 25, Bart Connor, the gymnast. And Connor trying to use his air there for a moment, but now he gets out of what air might be available.
Donny got a much better run off of turn 11 that time. Bart was right on his tail, but Donny got the run off the corner. But Bart is going to stay there and pressure him. Let's see how far back they are now to Craig T. Nelson in third place.
Boy, it looks like a big distance there from the high camera angle, and Donny Osmond has got to be pumped up. Here's Parnelli and Dan, 2 of the legends in motorsports, especially here in California. Boy, they have got legendary followings. As they come across the stripe, the difference now between them and Donny Osmond is 35.6 seconds. They're not going to catch him. The pros are not going to get him.
No, they got a lot of time to make up. But you got to remember, these guys want to win just as bad as anybody. They got a record that, you know, Parnelli is 1963 Indianapolis winner. Gurney's just done tons of stuff. They're trying as hard as they can. They want to win this race.
For some of you that are new to motorsports, Parnelli Jones raced an awful lot of cars before they ever thought of the idea of roll bars, and he said roll bars made a lot of drivers brave.
That's right. It's a little different today, isn't it?
Now, on board with the second place driver, Bart Connor, as he chases that white car up in front of him. That's Donny Osmond, the overall leader, and they're tight together here. Oh, a little bit of the wall came up and bit him right there. Whether or not that's going to create damage to the car, well, we'll just have to wait and see. But he's chasing Osmond right now. In the middle of the pack, Dallas Raines gets passed by Tony Dorsett. Some real slicing and dicing going on by Tony.
He's putting the moves on everybody out there, at least trying to. It's a different world for him.
Tony Dorsett, the first white car by you. Then Dallas Raines, that white number 12. And Dana Ashbrook, the actor from Twin Peaks in the blue car. And Ashbrook looks aggressive as they come on to the short straightaway there. Ashbrook looks like he wants to make a move.
Okay, here they are, and they're all dicing it up there. We've got the blue car on the inside.
Short shoot right there. This is the second fastest portion of the racetrack, and that's Dana Ashbrook.
Yep.
And he's going by the number 12 of Dallas Raines. Raines must have some kind of a problem.
Yeah, he was real pumped up at the beginning of this and kind of got together with somebody there at the start of the race. So he may have some problems or just kind of lost his concentration or cooked the brakes. I don't know. He may have been just pushing a little hard.
But as each minute goes by, there's about another $2,000 being raised for children's hospitals instead.
That's right. These celebrities and pros are raising thousands of dollars for a charity called Racing for Kids, and it's going to go to the 2 children's hospitals in Orange County in Los Angeles here in California. Earlier this week, I had the opportunity to join some of our celebrity drivers in a very special pit stop to meet some very courageous kids and share their excitement for the race. Toy cars and autographed posters were only part of the fun, as celebrities like Donny Osmond shared a special moment with some young race fans. It was a captive audience for the coach and LA Law's Susan Rattan.
So often with charities, you don't really see the results of what you're doing. When you come here to the hospital today and you see the kids, you know why you're doing it right now.
You don't have to be a celebrity to come to a children's hospital and help. All you have to do is come there with a little sun on your face and a little joy in your heart, and they're happy to see you.
After the day's experience, I think we would all agree that the opportunity to help these kids is a cause well worth racing for. And for those racing this weekend, there was a final word of encouragement from our friend, Eric.
Thank you for coming to Children's Hospital, and good luck this weekend.
Thanks, Eric.
Racing for kids truly is a worthy cause. But speaking of racing, there's a move for fourth place as Mark Wallengren in the number 7 car goes underneath the number 21 Lou Webb Sr. and takes over fourth place. But as we get ready to go to commercial, show Donny Osmond still in front, and let's take a look and listen at one of his music videos.
So he's not losing touch with them, but this is Guerrero's first time ever, as he told me, to drive a front-wheel drive car, except for a rental from the airport. There is Webb and Dorsett once again. That's in turn 10. They're coming to 11. This is about the slowest corner on the racetrack.
Tony locks up a little bit there, and there he is on the inside of Lou Webb. Turn 11 going on to the front straightaway.
But Webb carried some momentum out of there, and they're absolutely door handle to door handle right down the front chute.
Yeah, Tony's on the inside, so I think turn 1 will be Tony's corner, but I'm sure Lou Webb isn't going to give it to him real easy. There he goes, yeah.
That last shift, I think, Lou Webb and the shift.
And look at there, Dana Ashbrook has got a real run on Lou Webb, looking to the outside.
Donny Osmond leads it. Bart Connors in second. You're looking at the battle right now of Tony Dorsett, who is in the 5th place spot, Lou Webb in 6th, and Dana Ashbrook in the 7th place spot.
Back up to the front of the competition now. That's the battle for second place, just going by. The blue car is Craig T. Nelson, and he has gotten around Bart Connor. So Connor, who bounced off of the wall on the left that we saw just a few moments ago, maybe that body damage is starting to wear on him a little bit. But either way, Craig T. Nelson has gotten back around him and now runs second on the racetrack. Pretty good for the fastest qualifier who had a problem in turn 1. But how did it happen? Here's a replay now from inside Bart Connor, and Craig T. just went by him slick. Textbook move into turn 1.
Mark Wallengren has made up a lot of ground on Bart Connor, and if he comes off of 11 with some velocity here, he might take over the 3rd place spot.
And it looks as though he's got a good run on Bart Connor.
The last lap around, the leader averaged 57.70 miles an hour, and that's including all the relatively slow corners here at Long Beach. That's a pretty fast.
Yeah, we got 11 turns out here, and it's a temporary road circuit that's 1.67 miles long.
That was a battle for the 3rd place spot. I think Wallengren got around Connor as they're both going on either side of the white car there.
And I think that's car 12.
Dallas Raines.
Yeah, so look at there's.
Dallas locks him up, and the number 25 car collects him a little bit there, and Bart Connor's in bad shape. In fact, this isn't good. Not a good stop for Dallas Raines. Right at turn 1, they come in there with velocity.
Yeah, fortunately enough, the corner workers got the yellow flags going to let the pros, and there go the pros sneaking by there of Dan Gurney and Parnelli Jones.
A replay of that incident from Bart Connor's car. Boy just jams it down into gear and gets back underway.
This is the battle for second place on the racetrack, and they're coming out to the high-speed portion, the Shoreline Drive straightaway.
Now, if we look at the front of Mark Wallengren's car, it looks like he's got a little damage on the right front there, possibly.
Yeah, on the number 7 car, as we stare in at Wallengren, he is intently closing on Craig Nelson, and at turn 1, it looks big there because they're at the fastest portion. The differential opens up a little bit. But back under braking again could be a different story.
It could be a real different story, and it doesn't look like that damage is hurting car number 7 much. Yeah, look at under braking there, closes right up on Craig Nelson, and is looking to the inside.
Ooh, that's a brave move.
A real brave move.
And a change at second place. Mark Wallengren has taken it away from Craig Nelson.
But that was actually heads-up driving by Craig Nelson, because he saw Mark just to his inside and gave him the way, but I bet you Craig Nelson is going to be looking for a way by.
Meanwhile, a little further back in the back, Susan Rutan from LA Law and Lisa Gibbons from Entertainment Tonight are having their own one-on-one battle here on the fastest portion of the racetrack, the straightaway. And as they cross that white stripe right there, they put 8 laps into the book. So with 8 laps down out of the 10 laps that we're going, let's take a look at the way the top runners are. Osmond in front, Wallengren, Nelson, Connor, Dorsett. The first of the pros showing up in 7th place, Parnelli Jones, chased by Dan Gurney.
And you're looking at the leaders in the pro category. That is Parnelli, I do believe, and Gurney with the number 21 in between them, Lou Webb Sr. by Lou Webb also. So the two pros have worked their way inside the top 6 spots on the racetrack. That's a lot more work yet to come. Somebody else looks like they're trying to
I believe that's Dana Ashbrook is looking for a way by Lou Webb as well. He saw the pros do it. He said, I can do that too.
He went to school on Dan Gurney and Parnelli for a while and figured, hey, they used up Webb. I'll try.
Well, it's kind of funny. Craig T. Nelson, what he did yesterday, he said to get on the pole, is he followed Sir Jack Brabham for a couple laps. Obviously, there was a little distance there, but he just watched his line, and he said that's what really helped him.
Coming back out onto the front straightaway is Lou Webb now. Let's pick up with our leader once again. Here we are with Donny Osmond and the Mark Wallengren, I think.
No, I believe that he was going by lap traffic.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, he is 6.7 seconds in front of the second place of Mark Wallengren right now. As you look at Donny Osmond going well.
He's doing a real good job. Now,
Dorsett has gotten by Connor. That puts him into the 4th place spot. That is the battle for 4th place we were watching, as number 11, Tony Dorsett, is recovering and suddenly looking good. And Parnelli Jones now coming in on the back end of Connor right there as they're between turns 3 and 4 right there.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how quick Parnelli Jones can get by Bart Connor here. And there's Dan Gurney coming up right behind Parnelli Jones.
Well, Parnelli is looking in his prime. You know,
there he goes.
We were celebrating Gurney's 60th birthday, so I asked Parnelli, I said, how old are you going to be on your next birthday? He said, 39. Sure he is. We're on the last lap, I do believe. The white flag will be greeting the leaders, or has greeted the leader as they came down here on this 10-lapper. And it's Donny Osmond, unless something strange happens.
And Donny's done a good job. All he's got to do right now is keep it off the walls and come across that finish line first.
But number 11, Tony Dorsett, the 4th place car, has got Parnelli Jones in his mirrors.
He sure does. And Parnelli's just thinking about a way to go by. It wasn't going to happen there on the back straightaway.
Coming off of turn 11 right now, headed for the checkered flag. That's the battle for second place between Mark Wallengren and Craig T. Nelson. Meanwhile, checkered flag's waving and Donny Osmond waving back. He's going to win the Toyota Pro Celebrity race, while Mark Wallengren will come home in second place. Craig T. Nelson crosses the line right there in third. That's James Seeking down 1 lap. And here comes the battle for 4th. 4th place is going to go to Tony Dorsett over Parnelli Jones.
So Tony Dorsett holds off Parnelli Jones there at the end.
That'll look good in the book. The margin of victory by Donny Osmond, 5.06 seconds. And that's one of the largest victories at this racetrack for the Toyota Pro Celebs.
And it is celebration time for Donny Osmond, waving at every corner worker who gave him advice on how to drive their particular corners all weekend.
Yeah, I'll be wondering what he's going to want to do now that he's gotten a taste of victory here. If we'll see him in a racing car again. Look at that. He's just pumped up there.
Boy, he is certainly enjoying this moment. So also is the first of the red cars that crossed the line. The number 19, Parnelli Jones, winning in the Pro Division. So the winner, Osmond, in the Celebrity Division, and overall, Parnelli Jones wins the Pro Division. And we'll be back for the victory celebration right after this. Today's race has been brought to you by Toyota Motorsports, where technology on a fast track is built into every Toyota. And by Quaker State, the Big Q is one tough motor oil. And here's the official results. Donny Osmond the winner, Mark Wallengren second, Craig T. Nelson, Tony Dorsett and Parnelli Jones, Dan Gurney, Bart Connor, Roberto Guerrero, Lou Webb Sr. and Dana Ashbrook rounding out the top 10. On back, Marcia Mason 11th, Dennis Friend, Susan Rutan, Sir Jack Brabham and Lisa Gibbons rounding out the 15th spot. Then James Seeking and the much beaten upon car of Dallas Raines, the last place spot. Back in the Toyota Celebrity Paddock area, there are a lot of war stories after a race like this, and I caught up with the winner. First off, turn 1. From your angle, what was turn 1 like?
That's where I won the race. First lap, turn 1, when Craig and Bart hit each other. Apparently they touched, and it slowed them down. That gave me the lead, because I couldn't believe I got in front of Craig that fast.
Now then, did you settle into a rhythm, or did it take you a while?
No, I settled into a rhythm, and as soon as around the 8th lap, when I saw that Bart was behind me quite a ways, and I had no idea Mark was doing as well as he was doing, but when Bart was like 10, 15, 20 car lengths behind me, then I started slowing down, because I knew I had it at that point.
So what, you were building in a safety factor?
Oh, yeah, sure. I didn't want to make some stupid mistake, you know.
What does it feel like? First time out of the box as a car racer, and you do it?
You have to experience it, man. It's great.
Okay, great. Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Beautiful. When the Toyota Pro Celebrity race is over, every driver has an explanation for what happened to them. Dan Parnelli Jones are joined by Yuki Togo, the president of Toyota Motor Sales USA, for the victory pictures, and they'll send him out on a victory lap. For Robbie Buell, I'm Bruce Flanders. Thanks for watching.